Hey there, good morning. It's Thursday morning as I begin this, and today we are getting ready to go see the guy Ike, who I've been featuring as of late and who we've been getting the opportunity to meet and know. Ike is a guy who's been struggling with addiction and with incarceration and with just, a lot of problems just in life. Last time that we saw him, it seemed like basically his entire world was crashing down, and I titled the last video that we did with him almost a bit of a rhetorical question. How are you not getting high with everything going as bad and as wrong as it is? But during that last time, he spoke about how he's wanting to stay clean and, no matter what issues he faces, that is very important to him, remaining sober. He is on Suboxone, he's on the MAT treatment plan, the medically enhanced treatment, or whatever that stands for. I know that this guy really wants to remain sober. I know that that's important to him. But I'm just going to give you my personal take on the situation. Things don't seem like they're going very well for this guy at all. I certainly hope for his own sake that he is able to remain and has been, remaining clean. But I certainly wonder. Saying that, I also want to say, whatever the case may be, whether this guy is using or if he is staying on the course, that's his prerogative, that's his business. And I guess I really don't know how to word what I'm trying to say. I've been saying that, working with guys again, and by working, I really just mean featuring their stories and meeting them exactly where they are. Outside of that, there's really not a whole hell of a lot that I can personally do. I am just one guy, and I don't have the means nor resources to be able to do much of anything. But my own personal opinion, take it with a grain of salt, is I got a feeling this guy is really struggling. Everybody's struggle is different, and when you're dealing with things that just seem to be stacked up against you and you can't seem to catch a break, I can see how you could easily fall right back into the BS. I hope that's not the case for this guy. I like him. I think that he's a good guy. He has a hell of a lot of potential, but he is definitely stuck. And that means a lot of different things. Stuck in his current lot in life, stuck in his current battle with sobriety and addiction. And ultimately, it will be completely up to him which way he goes. I certainly hope that he goes the way that he needs to go for him, which leads to some form of happiness and sobriety and all of that good stuff. Even with everything that Ike has been dealing with the last time that we met with him, he still seemed happy. And that is in major part due to the relationship that he has with his girlfriend. I feel like that is a strong positive that this guy has. It certainly seems to fill him with a lot of hope, ambition, and happiness. But again, we're getting ready to go see Ike. I've got no idea what this is gonna be. I'm hopeful that there is some positive to share with this, and only time will tell. Let's go see Ike and hear what's been going on. All right, so I'm just getting over to Ike's house right now, and what a world of difference in comparison to the last time that I was over here. Go ahead and show you. Ike, there's no longer a mirror on your closet.
I know. I heard somebody say comment about that. That was just so she could sit down here and do her makeup or whatever instead of having to stand up and shit.
Well, good for y'all for being creative with it. Hey, man, it looks good in here, man.
One thing about it, man, when you're struggling, you got to be scrappy and creative because the strongest survive, man. The strongest survive, and yeah.
Look at y'all, man. Got it cleaned up in here.
Well, it's at least livable, We're gonna go through and donate a lot of stuff to Goodwill and things like that. Now
I got somewhere to sit down too. Look, give me a little spot over here.
Get you a chair, get you a rocking chair, whatever. You can sit right here if you want. Whatever you want to do.
Oh man. Oh. Well, Ike, I appreciate the hospitality.
Yeah, man.
I'm I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and be straight with you as we begin this. You've been reaching out to me as of late.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's been kind of one thing after another with you, like in terms of the shit that you've been dealing with.
Yeah.
And and again, when I say this, take it with a grain of salt because it's not even any of my business, but I've certainly been curious as to how the sobriety's been going for you, and how's it been going, if you don't mind me asking.
I mean, it's been going rough. If I didn't, like I said before, if I didn't have Suboxone, like, it would be a struggle, man. It would be a struggle. Like, I don't even drink anymore, and like, I've been at the point sometimes where I just want to throw my hands up and go drink. But dude, that shit, without going into too much, it would rack more damage on my body than it would, do help as far as with my mind, if that makes sense.
No, for sure it does.
But like Suboxone's been helping me. I go to my provider well, it depends. Sometimes we do it every 2 weeks. Sometimes we do it every 3. It just, depends on her. But shout out to Terry G at Brightview. She is amazing. That woman has stuck by me even when I've been stubborn and just, missed appointments or, tried to, just get out of my groups. Because sometimes, I don't want to do it. Sometimes I don't want to do group or whatever. But I feel that when I don't want to do it is when I need to do it. And they actually have the option of doing like Zoom groups, which is pretty cool. So, but yeah, still sticking in there, man. Just, I don't know. It's rough. It's just, you just take it one day at a time, man. As cliche as that sounds, I mean, that's what I do.
I got another guy that I'm working with right now. His name's Richard.
Yeah.
And his drug of choice is the complete polar opposite of yours. His is crack. And I mean, that's exactly what he said. And he literally, the first time that I got a chance to do a video with him, the next day he got locked up. He was gone for 3 weeks. He just came back. And that's what he said, not just one day at a time, an hour, 2 hours.
A moment at a time, yes. Yep. And I'll be honest with you, that kind of helps you stay in the present. Like, when I was in prison, I learned about mindfulness and especially like meditation, and I learned a lot about Buddhism, and that helped me as far as like keeping things in the moment and in the present and being present, instead of worrying about future stuff or dwelling on past stuff I can't change. And I found this quote, and it's not even to deal with Buddhism or anything like that, but it deals with what I just said. And I forget who said it, and I'll look it up, or if anybody knows it, let me know in the comments. But it says whether you dwell on the past or worry about the future, the present, which is the only thing you have, slips from you and is gone forever.
Yeah, that ain't no lie, man. And I mean, I do that.
Yeah.
So anybody can relate to something like that.
Yeah, we all do. We all do.
Okay, so a couple other things I want to ask about. We come over here today and there's no cars out front.
Oh yeah, we had to have it moved to her friend's house or whatever, because we're the truck, our work truck or whatever, we need to pull it in there because we're going to be able to start using it to drive back and forth to different jobs and stuff. I actually talked to a guy yesterday, and he wants me to start doing some work for him out in Norfolk and Virginia Beach. So
good for you, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked.
Good for you. I was telling you about a possible work opportunity that I had, and I'm actually getting ready to meet with that guy tomorrow, supposedly.
Okay.
But, everything in my life right now is take it with a grain of salt, because ain't no telling if anything comes of that. But, awesome on you for finding an opportunity like that.
Yeah.
You were mentioning the F-350 that had the alternator go out on it. Sounds like you guys are getting that thing fixed.
Yeah, the alternator that we were supposed to have, like, they called us and was like, it's bad. So we're still trying to work on getting one, but we should be able to get one before the weekend, if not Monday.
Let's also talk about the last time that I saw you. We filmed a video talking about everything that was going on, that was going wrong. Mm-hmm. A lot of things were going wrong, but it was going to be your birthday soon. So last Saturday was actually your birthday. I was able to get the video up on your birthday, include your Cash App information.
Yeah.
Did people donate to you?
Bro, shout out to everyone that sent me money for my birthday. I really appreciate it. I wanted to go, name by name off my Cash App. I mean, I don't know if that's, something that, would be
There was a lot of support. Like,
yeah,
I mean,
oh yeah, dude. I had
like
probably
more than
about,
5 people.
Yeah, I probably had about.
And you ain't got to
about-
share like money wise.
About 10, 12 people, hit me up. Everything from I had one guy send me $40. I had one guy send me $1. But it was the thought, man. Send a perfect stranger, someone you just happen to see online, talk about his life or whatever, and you send me money. Even people that was like, hey man, I wish I could send you money, but happy birthday, man.
Good shit.
So shout out to everyone that that did that, because man, you didn't have to do that, man.
And what were you able to do with that money?
Well, we were able to, I was able to take care of get some food stuff for our house or whatever. Obviously I get cigarettes because both me and her smoke. And, we were able to go to a nice dinner.
Man, good for you, man. It was your birthday.
Mm-hmm.
With everything that was going wrong that you had shared about, there was a nice little blessing that just,
definitely
came through.
Definitely. And one thing about it, I've learned that when you bless others, you get your blessings, tenfold. Honestly, when you bless others with the intent of, giving and giving freely and no strings attached or no expectations, that's when you get your blessing back tenfold. And I believe all the people that, did give to me gave out of their hearts and, with no, ill intent or, and don't wanting anything in return. So
forgive me for laughing. There was a guy, good friend of mine. He's dealing with his own problems right now, and I wish him the best. A guy named Tom. Great guy, but just stuck in his own ways, or stuck in his own way, I should say, like so many others. But he used to always say, be kind, it's free. And I used to always say, well, it's not really free for the person who's being kind if they're doing it financially. But anyways, neither here nor there. Man, that's awesome that you got the blessings that you received. And, shout out to all those who did send you some money so that you were able to do something and, celebrate your birthday.
Well, even just, send me birthday wishes, just, or tell me, keep your head up or keep getting it, or you've been through it, or trusting God, trusting Jesus. Like, I mean, dude, all those things are super inspiring. And, I appreciate every last one of them, I appreciate even the negative ones because it makes me drive even harder.
Okay. I'm bouncing around just a little bit here. And I mean, we're just going to bounce around. Forgive me for asking you this on camera.
What's up?
But last time that we had talked about possibly getting your girl to share a little bit of, you or that interaction. Did you ever get a chance to speak with? And I'm not saying we need to do that right now, but
yeah. We had talked about it, and we're still kind of figuring out all the odds and ends.
You get your girl in video, that would intensify the interest in this story. I don't know why, but just having somebody else, I mean, especially a girlfriend, sharing about y'all or you, her input on you, I think would be interesting. But
it's a whole other perspective, right?
I'm not trying to sell you on that idea, but I am at the same time. Okay, so another thing to talk about is the fact that the water is still off over here.
Man, I could go on and on about that kind of stuff.
Dude,
man.
It's been a week. How have y'all been dealing with the water being off for a week?
Well, we go to her dad's house, get jugs of water or whatever, and bring them back over here, take a shower over there. I mean, we've been making it work, man. Like I said, man, strong survive, dude. You just got to figure out creative ways to make stuff happen.
Yeah, that ain't no lie.
Waterworks said they'd probably be able to get us straight probably by Monday, Tuesday, or whatever, but. It is what it is, man. I've been through way, way, way worse. So, and I ain't no stranger to cold showers or bird baths from prison.
Yeah, it's pretty cold to be taking a cold shower.
Hell yeah. I remember being on lockdown and stuff like that, or being on shakedown for, a week or two at a time. And, all you can do is do a bird bath because eventually, they let you out every 3 days for a shower. Especially in the summer, you start to get a little ripe after day 2.
That ain't no lie. Especially where you were locked up. You were at Greensville, right?
Yep.
They ain't have no AC there, did they?
Actually, they had just put it in my when I was there my first bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I just did a story since we're on the prison topic, and you're a guy who's no stranger to it, just like me. I did a story about Red Onion. I'm sure you've heard some horror stories about Red Onion.
God, yeah.
Prisoners are up there right now setting themselves on fire, protesting the racist conditions, being a black dude out there in Wise County. And I guess there's a lot of stuff coming out about Red Onion. And look, man, you've never been to Red Onion. I've never been to Red Onion. but you know about Red Onion.
Yeah, oh yeah.
When you were locked up, just talk about what you know of Red Onion because of what you heard being in the system.
Man, I was locked up with guys that, had done most of their time up there. And they were like, the racism is incredibly, extreme. I mean, like, it was hell. It was hell. They would talk about, you do what's called, what's it called? Reckless eyeball, right? If you look at a female too long, right?
I've talked about that on this channel, and people probably thought that I was crazy.
No, it's
saying
real. It's
that
real.
You could catch a charge.
No, not catch a charge. Catch a beat down. Like I'm talking about, like these dudes. If you like, they've said like, the COs, man. If they catch you looking at a female too long and they feel some type of way about it, they'll make it so that they take you over to medical or something like that, or take you over to the hole and they put you in a cell and they do the video like they're supposed to, because what they do up there is high level. So
they
cuff you and they take a dog leash and they put a dog leash on you, and that's how they take you to wherever they're gonna take you, right? So what they do is basically, this is what I was told, is they would take you, put you in the padded cell or whatever for suicide watch, and they would go in there and they would beat your ass.
Yep.
Or they would take you down the stair. Even Greensville, they said they used to do that. Take you down the stairwell, and they would, no cameras, they would beat your ass. I'm talking about.
So I'm always the devil's advocate with most everything, and when I heard this story, because it was a major story, and the funny thing about it, not funny at all, but just interesting thing, I guess is a better way to word it, is the new director of the DOC, I can't remember what his name is, but...
Yeah, it ain't Harold Clark no more.
It ain't Harold Clark no more, no, there's a new guy. So the new director of the DOC, when these stories start coming out, on November 27th, he had made a major statement on the DOC Facebook page,
okay.
And he was like, these are outlandish, political driven lies and stories coming out of Red Onion. I've invited everybody to come visit Red Onion and check it out. And then 2 days later, he makes another statement, and he was like, well, it was 6 prisoners who lit themselves on fire.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's like the that famous picture of the Buddhist monk that sets himself on fire in protest of the war. I know.
Maybe that's where they got that from.
Probably, man. It's called immolation, I believe.
Oh my God, I'm so glad that you said that word, man. I swear to God. Ike, how do you spell that word?
I think it's E.
No, it's I.
Are you sure?
I know it's I because I had to Google this thing 3 times.
Oh, well, there you go.
It's IMMOL. So all right, I'm doing the video and I'm reading from the computer screen, and sometimes I'll put the words on it. Most of the times I'll put the words on the screen, but I didn't do it in this particular case.
Yeah.
People always give me shit about using words that I don't know what they mean. So they were like, I think, Joe, you're an idiot. It's mutilation.
Well, it technically is.
And I'm like, no, it's not mutilation. It's immolation. But yeah, I appreciate you bringing that word into this.
Yeah, definitely.
But like I said, playing devil's advocate again, they were protesting the racist conditions. Look, you don't go to Red Onion for being a scholar. You don't go to Red Onion because you're getting transferred there, or it's in very rare case that actually happens. You're going there because you stabbed or killed somebody.
Or you're a gang member. Or you're considered a member of what's called STG, Security Threat Group. Yeah, like Malvo was.
Mm-hmm. And maybe if you've escaped, you're going there. Mm-hmm. So you know what you're doing.
Right.
And you know what you're doing could lead you there. So if you go there, it is what it is. You go out to Wise County. Nobody is oblivious to what's going on out Western Virginia for a black prisoner to go out there.
Right.
My devil's advocacy thing was, try being a white dude at Lawrenceville. Try being a white dude at pretty much anywhere than Wise County.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is rough as far as like going to different prisons. And it's majority
black dudes. Well, I just want to say this, and I'm sorry for cutting you off.
No,
the point that I was trying to make is, I wasn't trying to make it a white versus black thing. I was just simply saying, prison is just a racist place.
It definitely is.
It is. And maybe it's just different for a black dude who might not be used to that.
Yeah.
But then they go to Wise County and they're like, holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
What is this honky tonk?
My first bit, I was at Keene Mountain. My last,
Keene Mountain's supposed to be a lot of white dudes or something, right?
It is. But, I went there for a alleged weapons charge and did my last couple months there or whatever. But, dude, like, I seen it firsthand. I seen the racism up there. you know.
Toward black dudes or toward
Absolutely,
white dudes?
towards black dudes.
Yeah. Well, if you go out the west or you go out the mountains, man, I mean, that's what it's going to be.
They say they used to have a sign out there that said, "Don't let the sun go down on your black ass."
I've heard that. I think that's a
urban legend.
Yeah, because I was at Haynesville, which is a level 2, and man, dude, I got there. They had 80 channels on TV. I mean, it was, dude, 80 channels.
Yeah, I was at Haynesville for my receiving this past time or whatever, and you know where their receiving's at? In the hole.
Oh wow.
I was in the hole for 60 some days waiting to go.
Well, they said that there's a sign out in front of Haynesville that says, this prison is 70% bad charges.
Right.
But don't get me wrong. I mean, there are plenty of them dudes who were there.
Yo, yeah, definitely. I mean, that's any level 2. Any level 2 is like that. You're gonna have a lot of.
Not Indian Creek. Indian Creek won't take you if you've got that.
Yeah, yeah. That's more for like the drug rehab.
But St. Bride's.
Yeah.
Ooh, man, and I've learned, and I've never even been there, but I've been seeing it firsthand since I've been, especially as of late. But anyways, enough about all of that. Hey, man, it is good to be able to talk prison stuff with you, man.
Yeah.
And that's going to add a whole totally different dynamic to what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Let's get off of that a little bit. Appreciate your insight on it.
Yeah, no problem.
What do you were telling me that you were getting ready to do something. You're like, hey, man, you want me to do this while we're doing the video and talk about that?
So one of my side hustles is I tattoo, and speaking of prison, I mean, I learned to tattoo when I was in prison. My first bit, I've been doing it about 15 years altogether, and I tattoo on the side. So like I got my whole setup right here,
Dude, you want to give me a tattoo?
I would love to. Yeah, I would love to, dude.
Yo, my wife would give you the chef's kiss. Is how it's referred to if you covered up
Let me see.
this girl's name
Oh, dude, I got you.
on my wrist.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't even care what you put over.
I got you. And for real, for a cover up, you want to do something big so it will fill in that spot. You know what I mean?
I mean, you don't even got to do nothing big, man. You could just start something. Let's see how it goes. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, Ike. Man, I got the bad health,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying like I got anything. I'm saying
Right.
like, dude, I think I've got like something that's causing me to bleed a lot.
Really?
Like my son could scratch me, and I just go.
It's like a hemophilia type thing, or a hemophiliac.
I don't know what it is, man. I thought it was blood pressure, to be honest. But we could see how it goes. You could put like some shaded clouds over it or something.
I don't necessarily want to do it now, especially since you told me you got like a blood thing going on. But I mean, let me prepare a little bit more.
Yeah,
you know what
for
I'm saying?
sure.
So we can figure out what to do. Because I mean, I don't want to just come off the top and be like, hey, let's do this and cover it up, and then I got to go black. You know what I mean? And
Okay.
cover it up. But on our next video, if you want, we can do that. You know what I mean? Excuse me, I had a call coming. I had to decline that. But yeah, I would love to.
Well, show me some of what you got.
So anyway, this is my girl got me this. This is a far cry from what we used to use in prison as far as
I've never even seen anything like that.
So it's like it's a pen, right? And these are this is an example of the needles you use. These are actually shade bars.
Oh,
like
yeah,
what
I
we
can
would
see
use.
that.
They're actually called mags, and so basically.
You ain't got to open it up and waste it.
It's okay. I got tons of them. But what you do is you go like this, and you take this end and you put it in here. And hang on, I would do this with gloves if I was working with a client or whatever. But I haven't charged my battery. Anyway, when it turns on, and then the needles come out like this, and then you can adjust your speed, through the battery. Like
Dude,
this.
that's crazy. Do you have to adjust the depth, or is it automatic?
Yeah, you can adjust the depth however you want. So like that's why it clicks like this,
Or it goes
like
in
this. Yep, and then the needles will just will come out. I was trying to see if I could show you anything.
I was throwing you right up under the gun, saying, "Hey, man, tattoo me. Let's do this right
Hey,
now."
look, I don't mind, like I said, but I definitely would rather have some. I'm trying to see if I can have a battery charger or something around here. Anyway, so I can show you how it works.
What's it take, like a regular charger?
Yeah, just like a regular C charge, like that.
I probably got one in my bag.
But
Maybe
yeah.
I do.
And then, oh man, this thing it's worth its weight in gold. This is a thermal printer, right? This will print out any picture that you want. You know what I'm saying?
On a stencil paper.
On stencil paper, right? And dude, I wish I had this when I was in prison. I swear to God, that would have
It's a
made
far
so
cry
much
from the deodorant trick.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, dude, I still use the deodorant to apply it. I don't even. They don't even sell that anymore in DOC. But yeah, and then I use dynamic triple black for my
For your ink.
for my black, and then I've
So you're
got
not burning soot?
nah, definitely not burning soot. Yeah, I got all the intense colors and stuff, man.
Man, good for you, man.
I mean, like I said, it's it's my little side hustle.
How come you don't try to get your license?
Well, honestly, when I was talking about health issues earlier, I had Hep C, and so I took the when I was in DOC, I actually got the opportunity to go through VCU, and get the not the cure per se, but it basically makes it so that when you're tested, it comes up as 0.001 or something like that.
Oh,
and,
wow.
So I don't know if that is going to be a barrier for me as far as that.
It could be.
That's what I'm saying. So, but I mean, honestly, a shop works like a barber shop. They get a huge percentage of anything that you bring in.
I had a buddy of mine who came home from prison, and he got his license, and he was working in a high-end tattoo shop, and he became a really good artist.
Yeah.
But he stopped doing that. He got an even better job, but I think he was making really good money when he was doing it.
Yeah, you can definitely make good money and stuff. And be honest with you, this kind of goes back to my first video. Sometimes tattooing or even drawing and stuff will be like a trigger for me because I get so frustrated because I used to be able to get high and then just go to it and not even think twice.
You shared that. Yeah, I remember that now. So that doesn't bother you now?
Well, if it bothers me now, I just, and I'm probably going to get some slack from this or whatever, I just go and take a little half of my Suboxone and just, mellow out and, remind myself like that's what is keeping me from going back and going out into the streets and reliving the nightmare of homelessness and having to, beg, borrow, and steal in order to get your next high, and the just the depths of depression, feeling like, I remember shooting up in a gas station bathroom and praying that was the shot that took me out. That's how bad my life was at the time. Mm. So, that's when I do that and I take a second and, just remind myself of how bad it really can get, But I mean, like right now, like I'm making this stencil for my buddy that's supposed to be coming over later to do some work, and I'm in a good mood with it. And I've also learned when to say when, right? I don't push. If it doesn't go, I put it away. I tell them, we'll reschedule for another day, right?
So let's talk about this tattoo that you're potentially going to be doing. Mm-hmm. What is it?
So.
You have to draw the stencil?
No, that's the best part. I'm gonna show you. All right, so
you can just Wi-Fi that thing to your thermal printer?
Yes, sir. I'm about to do it right now. Where's that?
So it looks like you're doing a cup?
Yeah, lean cup.
Somebody wants to get a lean cup tattooed on it?
Yeah. I mean, it's their lifestyle. That's what they do. That's what they want. So
hold on. I mean, look, no disrespect to your buddy or nothing like that, but you tell me he's drinking so much promethazine that isn't that just cough syrup?
Hey, they like it. I love it, man.
But isn't that what it is?
I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Why don't he just get the Robitussin bottle tattooed on him?
I might suggest that. Some Robitussin DM.
Some Tylenol 3s.
Oh God, yeah. But yeah, this thing is cool as shit, right? Because look, see, all right, so I got it like this. I can make it however big or small I want it, right? We'll just make it kind of big so I can show the stencil when I want to print it, right? So I'll go here, and actually let me go back, right?
So that's like an app for your printer?
Yeah. So and what I can do is I can change the type of measurement it is as far as like. See, it'll say up in small numbers right here where it says how big it is, right? Yep. So this will be 7 inches by 14 inches, right? So it's gonna be pretty big. So that way we can.
I mean, where's he getting this thing out?
No. I'm just doing this so I can show you how to stencil it. I'm actually gonna do it only about like this big.
Where's he getting it at?
Like right here. I'm gonna show you a picture after it's done. I mean that's what people want,
So this guy calls and he's like, "Yo, man, I'm trying to get me a lean cup." I'm sorry.
I've done so many different. Man, if I had $1 every time I did like a tattoo that was just
questionable.
Questionable, yeah, there you go. Questionable. I like that. I'd be a millionaire. I wouldn't be. I wouldn't have to worry about all of this different stuff. All right. So, and then that's it. It'll print it.
It's getting ready to print it now.
Yep, there it goes. It makes this god awful noise, but it works. It sounds like it's bogging down, don't it?
Sounds like the battery might be dead in there.
Oh, I know. I was gonna say, watch it crap out on me halfway.
It's doing it. So, all jokes aside,
Yeah.
what's the price on that tattoo?
I mean, not obviously this big or whatever. I mean, this big, I charge him $50. And I mean that's way better than any shop's gonna charge you. And he's my buddy too, though, so he gets the homeboy discount.
And again, if your buddy sees this video, no disrespect, I'm just poking some fun.
Oh yeah.
Trust me, when I was tattooing, I was doing plenty of questionable tattoos.
For sure. So, what the good thing about thermal paper is it does the stencil like right onto it like this. I need to change the darkness on it or whatever, but you can see know, how it does it.
Man, look at that. I've never seen a thermal printer in action.
I didn't even know they existed until a friend of mine was telling me about it, and then he was like, "Dude, you got to get a thermal printer. It's worth its weight in gold."
You need what's that other thing called that you need for the tattooing? The ecto cave or whatever it's called.
The autoclave.
The autoclave.
Well, really, you don't need it because
these are all disposable.
Exactly. Back in the day, the ones that you use, and which I've used tattoo guns like that, the rotary ones, or even like the older coil machines, from back in the day. You would have the needles, and you would have to those and like the tubes that the needles will go through and suck up in the ink. All that was made out of stainless steel or surgical steel. So you take and put it in the autoclave and clean it and then use it again.
Yep.
Thank God we're into disposable stuff, because I can just chuck 90% of the stuff that I use and just keep my machine and wipe it down with a bleach alcohol mixture that I use after each use.
Okay. All right, Ike, let's get to a point where we can wrap this up. Look, you've shared with us today that, a lot of things, that, you're still maintaining your course with sobriety. Obviously, Suboxone is the #1 reason for that. So shout out to the mat treatment that you're
definitely
partaking in. The water's still off over here, and that's got to be its own struggle. But you seem to be in good spirits with everything. Look, there's a beginning to this video that you're going to see where, I question, my own personal thoughts on what's going on with you.
Right.
But I also say that, obviously worst case scenario would be that you were using again, but that's nobody's business but yours.
Right.
So I'm not here to question you. I mean, I would ask.
Yeah.
I would definitely ask, because why not, right?
Yeah.
Worst that you could tell me is no, that you don't want to answer that. But you've shared with us, you're maintaining the best way that you can.
Yeah.
You're tattooing as a hustle, trying to bring in some extra money. You're sharing your story in these videos. You're a guy that I think has a lot to offer video-wise. I think that you're a very interesting individual, and obviously I want to see the best for you. I don't want to see it end in a ball of flames or anything like that. But I appreciate everything that you've shared. I want to continue doing the video work with you, maybe even getting your girl in here if she's interested in it, maybe showcasing you doing some tattoo work. Hell, maybe even you tattooing me.
Oh, dude, I'd love to do that next video. And be honest with you, how about next video you bring me a piss cup?
No, I won't do that.
You don't want to do that?
I don't do that, because let me tell you something, I used to do that.
Okay.
It's not my business, okay? I'm not here to question. Like I said, well, I did ask, okay? But God, man, it's such a weird thing, because I used to do these videos and that was a big part. Oh man, he says that he's sober, but is he really? It's a totally different angle that I come from this time, and it's just meeting people where they are.
Okay.
That's all I want to do.
I'm with it.
I'm not here to question. Like I said, I asked, which is me questioning, but I do so just inquisitorily, right? As the interviewer, I should ask, or I feel like I should ask, or whatever, but I'm not going to ask every time. It's not important.
No, it is important, because sobriety, without my sobriety, I could do anything, even if it is, where life's in the shithole or whatever, because you know, a couple months ago, it wasn't like this, you know? And guess what? A couple months from now, it's not going to be like this.
Hold on. Forgive the way that I said that too, saying that it's not important, because obviously it's very important to your story and to so many others, but just for me.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, but you said a couple of months ago it wasn't like this. What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, back in the summer, I mean, it wasn't necessarily like this, you know? I was working, she was working with her dad and stuff. I mean, like...
Oh, you're talking about things were better.
Yeah, things were better.
Yeah.
Yeah, things were better. And just like, you know...
I was thinking maybe, because I know how important she is to you and how much happiness she brings to you, and that was something else that I had mentioned. I was thinking maybe it was just a couple of months ago that you met her.
Oh, no. We've known each other for a long time. We just, we got back together this past January, so we're almost coming up on a year. And talk about a year of going through some shit.
y'all make it through this, y'all can make it through anything.
Exactly.
Well, look, Ike, let me go ahead and wrap this up right here. There's so much more that we could talk about, but one video at a time,
cool.
Just like one day at a time.
I like that.
1 hour at a time.
That's right.
Hey, man, appreciate you sharing, and I'm going to look forward to sharing more with you again real soon.
Thanks for everything, man, and thanks again for everybody out there that continues to show love and show support, man. I really appreciate it, and if there's anything that I can do and I come across you, make sure you let me know.
Oh, yeah, man. All right. Talk with you soon.
All right.